Welcome back to the War Corgi YouTube channel where we will be playing Battletech Alpha Strike for the first time on the channel. We got 500 points apiece. Chris will be my opponent, and I am running some clanners tonight. We're going to start off with a headquarters star, command star, and got the blue token is going to be my commander as a dire wolf. His skill level is 2. And then towards the back, I have a Thor summoner, also with a skill level 2. And then the two guys in front, of course, we got a Shadow Cat on the left and a Storm Crow on the right. Those red tokens mean that they have multitasker special pilot ability as given to them by the command star. Rounding out the command star, we have our skirmisher, which is the Koshi Mist Lynx. Then we have a battle star as well. This is where the heavy hitters are. Not so heavy hitter is the one in the center. That's a Dasher Fire Moth. The far right, we got a Mad Cat Timberwolf. And then moving right to left, we have a Battlemaster, C2. And then towards the back there, next to the Battlemaster, we have a Masakari Warhawk. And then upper left, we have a Pouncer. Altogether, it's like 496 points. And ready to take on Chris and his forces of Clan Sea Fox, I think. We welcome Chris back to the channel for his first game on film for Battletech Alpha Strike. 500 points. Chris, what'd you bring?
Yes, I brought three different groups of 5-man stars in my squad things. So, all right. So the first one that I have a battle star. 5 huntsmen. Now I have 4 different kinds of huntsmen in these 5 huntsmen. I'm going to be running 2 huntsman primes, huntsman C, a huntsman H, and a huntsman N. So they have some upgrades just in the fact that they are a little bit better at shooting. So the 4 of the 5 huntsmen are going to have a pilot ability of 3 instead of 4. And then I picked an elite one. The Huntsman H is going to have a pilot ability of 2. So hopefully he gets to lay down some damage. Speaking of damage.
And the H is that one right there. All right.
yeah, the one. We're going to be using numbers on our guys, so just, you'll see. Yeah, speaking of damage, I have 5 Piranha units here in the front. Now, 3 of them are going to be your typical 25-point Piranhas. Then there's going to be a Piranha 5, I guess is the variant of Piranha here, that are the 2 on the left. Now, those ones are going to be able to run a little bit faster. These don't have any upgrades. They're going to have a pilot skill of 4, but they're very fragile little close-range shotguns. Speaking of close range, see, this is all transitioning, right? In the front, I have a 5-star of mechanized infantry. These will be the Callisto battle armors. The specific one, Callisto B MMR. These guys, 17 points a pop, also do not have any point value upgrades or degrades at all. So that's going to bring me about 5 points shy of 500.
Since you're Clan Sea Fox, which is a clan, those little infantry guys can ride on the big mechs because they're all Omnis.
Yeah.
All right, and then you got 2 battlefield support cards.
Yeah.
You want to tell the viewers what those are?
No, because you're listening.
Fair enough. All right. So let's have a good game.
All right.
So here's the battlefield for tonight's game. We'll go over that, and then the mission. We got a little city off here to the left with a couple of roads. We move through some woods. We have our airfield with a couple of quick jump launch bays. And of course the air control tower, a couple more buildings for cargo. Moving towards the center, Chris has some trees right by his objective. Got a couple of little houses out here next to the crop fields. Some lakes. Lakes are all level 1. Some difficult terrain, some more trees, some more trees, some more trees, and then some more difficult terrain in the middle. And
they won't let me play.
I'll edit that part out.
Yeah. Shut up, Jim.
So the mission's a pretty easy one. It's capture the flag. Chris has an objective over there, 4 inches from his table edge. I have an objective over here, 4 inches from mine. A mech just needs to move into contact with it and not take any battle actions, and he can pick it up. And then the objective then is to run it all the way towards your edge. The first person to do that successfully wins the game. Your infantry will not be able to carry that, Chris. But your mechs certainly can.
With their little 6-inch move, I'm sure they would get back so quickly.
If a mech dies while carrying it, the objective is dropped right there, and then their mech can take his place. All right. So, Chris,
yes,
let's have a good match.
Yeah, good luck.
Let's go ahead and roll for initiative, and then we're going to come back after movement is complete. That's a 10 versus your 12. I'm not going to use my special command ability to re-roll that. All right, so good luck.
Good luck.
All right, movement at turn 1 is complete. As I lost the initiative, I had to move first, and most of my battle star has moved here in the center ground movement. The dasher has moved up here on the left ground movement at a 4. Chris then moved on all of his battle star, and he has them pretty evenly spread out across the field. So then I brought in my command star. Here's my commander moving 6 inches. I brought 3 guys along here, and then I brought 1 mech to support the dasher over here. He sprinted to go 15 inches. Chris then brought in his piranhas, 4 of those near the woods there, and then 1 sprinted up behind that building. So until we get a little bit better at this, we're going to continue to do stuff off camera, so we'll come back with a damage report after this.
Yeah.
Round 1 of shooting is over, and there's a little bit of carnage on the battlefield. Since I lost initiative, I shot first. And all 3 of these mechs over here were able to shoot at medium range against Chris's mech over there.
Yeah.
We've hit him a number of times, including a critical hit, because I got to a structure. So he has engine damage. Amazingly, none of those hits went against the battle armor. Oh, one of them
One did, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, he'll learn a lesson from that. And then my pouncer here took out the building Chris was hiding behind, and then everyone else who shot over there missed. But there's no building left anymore. And then over on my left, I had sprinted and didn't have line of sight with my dasher, and so it was over to Chris's turn to shoot. What'd you do, sir?
I shot. So I started over here. I was at 6 inches with my front piranha, so he obliterated the building. And then the other 3 units here took medium range shots. Starting at the dasher, I had a pretty lucky hit, was able to deal 3 hits to the dasher, or 2 hits, and it went down. We didn't hit the other guy, so he's still there. No, I'm sorry, they didn't finish him. It was this guy over here that finished the dasher. Because actually we took a hit here, I believe.
The Koshi missed Lynx did take 1 hit on his armor.
Yeah, I think everyone tried to go for an easier hit, and then this guy had this one at medium, so it only made sense, and he got a good roll.
He did.
Over here, these 2 guys had long range fire, and they shot the direwolf. This one missed, and this one actually hit with all 3 of his dice on long range. So, but I don't have 5 infantry on the battlefield yet, and 3 of them ran, so I had 7 shots.
All right, so worth noting, I did use a lucky point over here to no effect because I needed 12s to hit.
Oh.
And Chris also used a lucky point, so
yes,
making use of our battle star special rules.
Yeah.
All right, so Chris, end phase is going to be rather easy, so let's just go ahead and roll for initiative.
Okay.
And then we'll go ahead and do our end phase. I rolled a 7.
8. You gonna use it?
No, not yet, I don't think.
Okay.
All right, we'll come back for turn 2.
All right.
All right, turn 2 movement is done, and we're still learning here. As I took my battle star, moved it closer to where Chris's piranhas were, and now find myself surrounded. But moved him to the left, and him to the left, these guys, moved in terrain and out of terrain, and those are the 4 remaining for the battle star. And then the command star moved these guys over to the left. They have a lot of shots, and this guy's coming around the corner to get a rear shot on that guy, which I'm pretty excited about. And then these 2 guys are over here on the flanks. Chris, your movement, I see some infantry have entered the battlefield.
That's right. I took all my huntsmen and moved them forward, some with jumps, some with, 3 with jumps. Oh yeah, two with normal moves. And then I had my infantry. They're mechanized, so they couldn't fire while on the mech, but because they're mechanized, they were able to move off of the mech pretty easily. They went to the base, and they got 3 inches of movement each of them. So they just decided it was time with their medium range gameplay to hopefully get some shots off. But yeah, I ran my piranhas up as far as I could. Now the 3 with the tokens on them, I think I forgot to mention, they are getting my, because it's a cavalry lance, they're getting a speed modifier of +2. So you see after just a couple turns how, I know it's more than 4 inches, but these guys started back here and didn't actually get to make it into the woods. And then,
But yeah.
Yeah.
Speed demons are living up to the name.
I know.
Of note, this infantry that moved into the cornfields, I'm sorry, wheat fields,
Whitfields.
+1 target modifier for them because they're infantry in there.
Yeah.
All right, so shooting comes next. Let's see if I can start taking down some of these piranhas who appear to be the immediate threat, and then maybe do something against the infantry.
Yeah.
Turn 2 shooting resulted in much more carnage than turn 1 shooting. I started off by using the sniper and thumper artillery battlefield support. Called in fire and hit with both of them, taking out those 2 piranhas who were grouped up together.
Yeah.
Lesson learned, Chris.
Yeah.
And then some combined fire, took down 2 more piranhas, and I took 1 armor off of him, I believe.
Yeah.
But he survives.
Yeah.
Over on the right, didn't do a whole lot of damage, actually. I overheated twice with him, so he had 7 shots, but to no avail. And no one else hit, I don't believe. So it was then Chris's turn to use those piranhas to great effect. Chris?
Yeah, the piranhas put on enough damage with just 3 of them to take out this big guy. I lost too many piranhas doing this, but it looked cool. The infantry actually got to show their value. As they deployed, they get to shoot at 3 dice at medium range. So they all did actually, they peppered this guy down pretty well, which allowed the mechs to finish him off. Well, I played my last card.
Yeah, it wasn't the mechs that finished him off.
Okay, there was a heavy strike. He was limping. First off, I gotta tell you guys, okay? I got 4 crits on this thing at 7s, so it lost its movement points 4 times.
Yes.
So it was not able to get away from the heavy strike.
Came in, took off the last point of damage, and then 1 more after that.
Yep, I like to think it hit the legs.
That's fair.
Over here, I did the same thing. I overheated and shot a bunch, and I lucky rerolled it and did not hit as well. So that poor guy who has 1 hit point left and 3 heat, it's gonna be super useful.
Well, now it's the end phase, so he's got to get in there and heat because he had engine damage before, so he's shutting down.
Yeah.
Exactly, and the infantry are like, oh no.
Get in the mech. Okay.
So hot.
And then my infantry, laid down some shots. Did I do any damage to that?
That is the Battle Master. I think he's
2.
been taken down just a little bit. 1 point of damage.
Oh, nice. Take that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for turn 2.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and roll for initiative, buddy.
Okay.
I really need to win initiative here, so if I don't win,
Just kidding.
I'm probably gonna re-roll.
Oh.
7. Well, that's just a straight up re-roll here.
Okay.
3.
4.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my command ability.
Okay.
Can use that every other turn to try to get a 4.
Yeah.
With a 10.
Oh, 10. You got it.
All right. We'll come back after turn 3.
All right.
That mech will be gone. He would be retreating otherwise, right, Chris?
Yeah, but he can't. See, it's all strategy. He can't retreat. He's shut down.
Turn 3 movement. Chris was forced to move first. What'd you do, buddy?
All right. So the mechs move forward.
Not all the mechs.
Yeah, there's 1 shut down. And then after you went, you moved a few mechs over here to the side.
I did my Battle Star, which no longer has any lucky points because I have only 2 mechs left in it.
And then after you moved those 2, I was forced to move 2 units.
2 lances, yeah.
2 lines, so I'm... Stars. So I moved the piranha, the 1 piranha remaining, up behind the guy that had already moved. And then I took all my infantry and I just had them hold still for this round. So no TMM, but they're going to get a +1 to their shots. And that explains.
Then it was my turn for my command lance. And so I moved him to make sure I can take out this piranha. He's moving up with a little bit of cover. It's worth noting that I jumped him and he sprinted. He's not shooting anyway.
He's not sprinting.
This guy sprinted.
Oh, that guy sprinted. I thought you were pointing at my guy.
That guy jumped. That guy sprinted.
Whoa, dude.
These guys are flanking out to the right. They're doing a pretty good job. They got decent movement.
Yes.
And then I sprinted 21 inches up here with an eye towards the objective.
That is sprinted.
That is also sprinting.
Yes.
All right, so shooting. Chris is going to be going first.
You
Let's
gotta
see
go
what
first.
happens after the end of this one. Turn 3 shooting phase is complete. Chris, how'd it go for you?
Good and a little bad. So I put in a lot of damage. As you can see, the Shadow Cat is... that's a Shadow Cat, right?
This is not the Shadow Cat. That is the Dire Wolf.
Dire Wolf.
My commander.
The Dire Wolf got pummeled by
Yes.
a lot of good shots, so he went down. I managed to deal a lot of damage to the surprisingly tanky mech here. That's
The Battle Master.
The Battle Master, more like master of getting hit and standing. All right, so he has taken like 10 damage.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Oh wow, okay, and he's still going. So, other than that,
You did do a 2 times weapon damage on him, so he's not shooting so hot
no,
anymore.
not right now.
He's still walking.
This guy took a lucky crit from my infantry over here, which he took 3 damage with a great rocket shot or something. I don't know, which gave him some engine damage. And in return, I think you can see my bodies.
Let's start over here.
Yeah.
And this attack was made by the Thor Summoner. He actually split his fire, missed the first time, so he decided to shoot him a second time. Didn't lose anything because he shoots 4 at medium, so it was 2 and 2. Got him the second time, so he's down. I went full overheat, knowing that he was going down, and I actually managed rolling 1 on the pilot dice to hit 5 times
Yes.
on mech number 1.
The main dice was a 1, no lucky on that one, so it's just...
How much armor does he have?
A total of 9, so he just went down to 4 hits remaining.
But I didn't get any structure damage.
Nope, not
Okay.
yet.
Just too
6
hot
in total
in that
structure. Yeah.
And then over here, split some fire into here, and the infantry managed to kill them both.
Yes.
And no more damage after that, correct?
This infantry could only take 2 hits because it got shot while riding the mech earlier.
2 hits it took.
Yeah.
So turn number 4, we'll go ahead and roll for initiative.
Okay.
No longer have my commander special ability.
Yeah.
So if I can just win one outright.
6,
7!
You did.
All right, so Chris will be moving again.
Okay.
Come back after turn 4. All right, Chris, movement for turn 4. What you got?
Oh boy.
I think you start with your infantry.
It's starting to feel like
I
you're
don't have to start with the
surrounded.
infantry, but I could.
We're just talking about what we moved.
Oh, we're not shooting yet.
No, we're
Hi everyone, we just completed the movement phase.
Welcome to War Corgi YouTube channel, where we've been doing this for like 6 years.
All right, so at the end of the movement phase, what did we do? I ran my mech way up here. So the first thing I did, sorry, infantry. Yes,
That's what I was trying to tell
that's
you.
where. So rewind about 30 seconds. So I stood still here, turned. I moved back and turned this guy, noticing the advance over here. This guy moved forward, and that's a TM1. Don't worry about that. But that's all I did. And then you followed it up with...
I start to move what's left of my battle star. He actually stood still because all that weapon damage, he needs as much up as he can get. And then he's starting to move around to the left a little bit, continuing that lateral movement with the pouncer.
All right. Then I moved my mechs. So
Aggressively?
I ended up standing still with this one. This one ran up here right next to that guy. This one ran this way and is trying to just kind of control his vision for his shots. So he spun this way. This one moved 1 inch over and just spun around to try to make sure he had some shots as well.
Okay. I sprinted with the old missed links, so he's getting closer and closer to that objective. I think you didn't know it at the time, but taking away my dasher was probably the best move that you've made so far. Then the Thor moved into the woods here. And then over on the right, I stood still. And I moved 16 inches with the relatively fast Shadow Cat. All right. Now we'll go into shooting, so we'll be back after that.
That's a problem a little bit.
It might be.
He's got to sit there, though. That's true.
You gotta play the objectives, Chris.
I mean, long range shoots.
No, if you don't have any guys left, then you just get the flag.
Well, Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so you started shooting, buddy. What'd you do?
Okay, so what did I do? I started off. So you'll notice that I have 3 guys that have overheated this round.
Yes.
So I plinked this guy for as much as I could with an overheat shot. We did an overheat shot with this guy right here, which with some infantry help was enough to take him out. This guy overheat shot over here, which dealt enough to take them out.
Yeah, like handily.
I feel like the overheat plus lucky is a very good combination.
You got to miss some classic Chris shouting after that dice rolls. It was fantastic.
No, you shot before the dice roll, and then it's good. But you can't do it all the time. You have to save it for your good. Okay, anyway. So, and then this guy shot at that guy and did some damage, actually. Did 3 damage.
Oh, yeah, your infantry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy tried to shoot at something. I don't remember. Oh, I think he took a shot here. That's right. He went back this way. And that was all my shots. The infantry, it took 3 guys to take this one down.
You did shoot the Battlemaster. I don't think you made a crit roll there.
Oh, yeah. He took a damage, didn't he?
Yeah.
The crit roll. 5?
5, you say?
Yeah.
That is no critical roll. No critical hit.
Yeah.
So in response, I overheated, knowing that he was going down. That's the advantage of having the initiative.
Yeah.
And piled some shots into him, killed him, and then my Thor summoner threw some shots at the infantry who had stood still, and he has a good shot there.
Even
Actually,
with the 2 less weapons.
The Thor summoner's here. That's what killed it. I think these 2 combined to hit that one. It's exactly right.
Oh, yeah.
And then he
just took him out for 4 dice. He needed 4s.
Despite standing still, I did no damage over there on my right, and I did a little damage with the Shadow Cat, if I'm not mistaken, before he went down. Overheating with him as well. All right, so we're going to get ready for turn 5. Chris, you can remove a heat from him since you're in water.
Yeah.
And initiative, 8. 7. I'm just edging you out.
You are.
All right, we'll be back after turn 5. I think I should be able to grab an objective, hopefully. Ping, ping, ping. A little bit of shooting. Chris?
I used up these 3 guys here to shoot this mech over here, and it went down. Miss. I think finally someone just got like 3 hits on a roll. So it was enough to take him out.
Yeah, it was 1 infantry that got 3 hits. And then number 4 actually shot at my summoner.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember if I hit there.
I like 1 damage, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yep, I got him. Alright, so,
yeah.
And then these 2 did not shoot because they were overheating. This guy here took a shot on him, and then he got shot in the back. Can you believe it, guys?
Yeah.
That I would get shot in the back.
The missed links needed like 4 and getting an extra dice because he was in the rear, so he had a total of 3. Hit with all 3 and was dead.
I would never shoot Michael in the back.
This guy's forced to retreat, so I went ahead and overheat him twice for a long-range shot. He needed 11s to hit number 4 there and missed. But the summoner did hit him twice at this range, so did a little damage, but nothing to the structure yet. So,
yes.
All right, next round. Let's. Everyone removes 1 heat. Actually, he just took the heat, so he keeps his. Your guys get to remove 1.
Just
2.
1 for not shooting?
All of them.
Okay.
1 at a time. All of them.
No white flag?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's retreating.
Him versus the world.
Good game.
Good game.
I didn't mean to compel you, but, you know.
Well, you're over there making threatening gestures at me, so... All right, let's come back and talk about if you're cool with that, Chris.
Yes.
I'll show you a threatening
Awesome.
gesture.
Welcome back to the War Corgi YouTube channel, where you just saw us play our first filmed game of Battletech. Chris, this was your 2nd game.
Yes.
Jim, you got an introduction game like a month ago.
I wasn't allowed to play tonight.
Correct.
And maybe next time if you're good.
If
Probably not.
So, Alpha Strike is the newer, simplified version of Battletech, which was the game I originally intended for us to play.
Yeah.
And then I read the Get Started Quick rulebook, and it just kind of lost me.
There's nothing quick about it, huh?
So having already made the investment, I was like, we'll try Battle Strike. And this is also a complex game, but not nearly as complex as classic Battletech Alpha Strike, that is. So, what did you think of the game tonight, Chris?
It was great. I mean, it's my second game, but like getting to do so many new and unique things. I loved carrying infantry around and throwing them over the battlefield. I loved running up these little piranhas, like up close to something, knowing they're all going to die, but trying to get good shots out of them. Learning about my mechs too, the ones I brought. Like, oh, these guys are supposed to be overheating at timed moments, and then like not shooting, and then overheating, and then not shooting. So just like all these little quirks. So I learned a lot, and it was cool just testing out, I guess, what I brought, and just kind of seeing how they operate. So
I agree. I mean, there's so many lances or stars that you can run your guys in with special pilot rules attached to them. It takes quite a bit of play, I think, just to really start to understand the game. We got a basic understanding. I think we showed that tonight, and we played it pretty well. But there's so many rules that we haven't even incorporated yet. And you don't really need to incorporate to have a really fun game of Alpha Strike. But it'll be interesting to see as we move forward how much more we explore there. Jim, you brought up the fact that objectives didn't seem to matter in this game.
Yep, reminded me of Mythic Commander.
Yeah.
A little, which is a little bit of a disappointment, but maybe, I don't know, maybe if you played it differently, it would have mattered more, but I don't see it.
They do say in the rulebook if you have more points, it's an easier game to play. I don't know why that would be, but that's what they say.
a longer game.
I think you taking out my dasher was key. I guess if I have a whole bunch of speedy guys, they can all run up there and you can't kill them all.
You sit 6 on there, and then like 4 of them be taken out, and the other 2 just book it.
Yeah.
Flag. I mean, yeah, it could work.
There's not a real great ability to guarantee your guy's going to be in a good defensive position with the ability to take out buildings, etc.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I think that's a good point. The fact that the landscape can change is pretty interesting. We're not playing with the fire rules, where like woods can burn down, but they're there.
That's interesting.
That sounds actually pretty cool.
Why aren't we playing?
Yeah, whoa!
There are a number of scenarios in there, and we haven't really played many of them yet, but I think Dominate, where you have 3 objectives in the middle of the table, and the game ends when all 3 are controlled by one team, would be one that obviously the objectives would matter more. Mm-hmm. And we played a quasi-game of Dominate the first time I showed you how to play the game.
Yeah.
But that might be something that we explore. And then also there's a breakthrough scenario as well, where one person's on defense, the other one's on offense. The whole objective is to move the other side of the table for the offensive player. So, capture the flag, I agree. I was trying to play for the objective, and I just didn't have enough combat power to get it. The question is it good enough strategy to just sit back and shoot until you're only one left standing? And tonight the answer was yes. Going forward, we'll have to see as we build better lists for different missions and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair.
Now, we do have a number of ground vehicle units and also helicopters, VTOLs. Oh, we printed out. I have a lot of fun playing with those.
Oh, we'll be running like 4 VTOLs on that capture the flag.
Well, the way it works is it counts as external cargo at a value of 1. This is how ridiculous this game can get. And when you use a VTOL, you have to times it by 4 and then determine whether or not you have the cargo capacity to carry it, and essentially a VTOL does not.
So a VTOL cannot carry the flag? Cannot
carry the flag. Unless you had a VTOL that had like a carrying capacity of 4.
I feel like that's not a flag. I feel like it's like a payload.
Yeah.
So it's the money for the other team or something like that then. Anyway.
It's certainly not a person.
Right.
But yeah, it's something you're going to have to sling load under the VTOL.
Okay.
Vertical takeoff and landing.
I was going to ask. Excellent.
If you had that question, somebody else might have. Jim doesn't know much about this game. That's why we don't let him play.
No.
True.
We told you to read the rules, Jim.
Can I talk in the video now? No? Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Stick to the script, Jim. All right, but I did have a lot of fun playing this with both you guys so far, and look forward to seeing what we can do in the future. I will say, as we get more comfortable with the rules, and we're not checking the rule book and all the stuff that you need to do when you first start learning a game, we'll start filming the entire game, kind of like we did with Legion, and that'll be a little bit more interesting. But hopefully you found this one enjoyable. If you did, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, and maybe subscribe, because there should be more Battletech Alpha Strike in the future.
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
All right, we'll catch you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.